We've got a beautiful night for Ultimate Frisbee in our nation's capital. Welcome to Catholic University. We're at Carlini Field for the Toronto Rush and the DC Breeze. First game after the All-Star break as we begin our home stretch of the 2019 AUDL season. Good evening, everybody. Evan Lepler with Megan Tormey. So great to have you with us tonight. And it's interesting, Megan. It feels like a late critical point of the season.
Welcome to Catholic University. We're at Carlini Field for the Toronto Rush
it's going to be
and the DC Breeze. First game after.
Right. The Breeze, they're very creative, crafty, whereas the Rush typically more polished and poised. It'll be interesting to see which one wins it out at the end.
Well, Toronto enters at 5-2. The losses were at New York and at Philadelphia. There are only 2 games on American soil this year. Cam Harris is their all-star. He's a guy that can make all types of plays, and he certainly has a sense for the moment, as we've seen at Championship Weekend, as we saw at the All-Star game last week.
He's been such a central figure for Rush for so long. You know that no stage is too big for him. He will make sound, amazing decisions when his team needs it, which is why he helps elevate the level of Rush's performance.
This was the final seconds of the third quarter in last week's All-Star game. Harris didn't even jump dates with Rowan McDonald a week ago. Now he's going against last year's AUDL MVP, Matthew Rowan McDonald, a versatile superstar who plays with a smile on his face, one of the more entertaining guys to watch because he can do everything.
Right, versatile is right, and not just do everything incredibly well. He attacks the disc with a ferocity that not a lot of players can find, but he also has every throw in the book. Potentially wrote some of the plays in the book. He is such an enigmatic figure. A lot of teams really don't have what it takes to shut him down when he can make plays like that.
If the book still has blank pages, Rowan McDonald is working to throw some ink on those pages. The creative superstar for DC can sky some of the league's best. We saw him take down Bo earlier in that package. There he skies yacht. And, well, good vibes in Toronto. They're continuing to celebrate their NBA title, wearing Raptors gear, warming up. We got the opening pull, the Rush and the Breeze from Washington, D.C. It's coming up next. We welcome you back to Washington, D.C., where it is, in many ways, a breezy evening. Last time our Game of the Week crew was here, the conditions were so bad in terms of torrential rain and brisk wind that no goals were scored in the fourth quarter in what was a heartbreaking D.C. Breeze playoff loss. Conditions, Megan, aren't quite that bad tonight. It's certainly a pleasant evening to play some Ultimate, and the Toronto Rush. Interestingly, this is their only game of the weekend, whereas the Breeze, who are at home today, know they're going to Philly tomorrow for a doubleheader weekend, home and away. So the Rush hoping to get their one win this weekend. The Breeze hoping to get one win to start their weekend. DC won the toss and will begin on offense. What are the things you'll be looking for early in this game?
Well, you know, I am so fascinated by DC's offense. It is very creative. It is highly reactive to the opposing team. I'm interested to see how it will function against a team like the Toronto Rush. Also, DC's defense this year has been stellar. You know, that's typically the key to defeating the Toronto Rush is can you get down and stop their pull plays. Of course, we'll find that out if DC's offense is able to take care of business this point. I have a lot of faith in DC's defense, but like I said, I'm curious to see how that creativity will continue to coalesce against the Toronto Rush.
Veteran member of the Rush, Jarrett Marin, will launch the game's opening pull. The southpaw from Aurora, Ontario. The Rush are 5-2. The Breeze are 4-4. DC has 4 wins by 22 goals and 4 losses by 6 goals. And DC centers the disc to Cody Johnston. One of the guys I'm most excited to see tonight, Megan, just completed his first pass of the day. Jacques Nissen, 18-year-old, just graduated from high school, Wilson High School here in D.C., made his AUDL debut 2 weeks ago and was pretty flawless. No turnovers, had 4 assists, played 17 points on the DC O-line, a couple D points as well. Certainly didn't look like he was 18 years old. This is Zach Norbaum dishing it to Cody Johnston, and now here's Rowan McDonald, picked up by Ian McKenzie, who's become the Rush's Iron Man so far this year. Jackie has bid unsuccessful. Garrett Braun to McDonald on the doorstep of the end zone, who takes the swing to Wodach. This is Norbaum. A lot of traffic and, well, going around the traffic past McKenzie, who had poached off McDonald, and Rowan has a goal 72 seconds in for the DC Breeze. Great patience from the Breeze, not allowing the Toronto Rush to keep them cramped on that far sideline. They did a good job of using the entire width of the field. And then here, Rowan just intelligently steps behind his his defender, to be wide open for an easy outside in. Well, that's the DC offense that pretty much runs itself. Nathan Pryor, a leader of that unit, along with Rowan McDonald. The DC defense today is without one of its most important pieces, and that's the head coach, Darryl Stanley, who is also an assistant coach for the United States U24 national team. They're having a practice weekend training for the World Championships that are about a month from now, scheduled for Heidelberg, Germany. So Peter Mancini is serving as the active coach today. He's a PhD in aerospace engineering, so if he can do that, he might as well be able to orchestrate an AUDL defense. So though the Rush have a pretty good offense, Powell's throw will go too far ahead of Cam Harris. So an early break opportunity. DC going into the teeth of this wind. David Bloodgood to pick up. Nathan Hurst on him defensively. Dane Warner back to Bloodgood. Again, breaking the mark. Norbaum playing back-to-back points at the start, Megan. Houston Parks for A.J. Merriman. Launching an inside-out flick, floating over a few different players into the turf.